Now tonight to something that most of us could never, ever imagine. Think about this, a simple knock at the door, you go, and all of a sudden it's police, and they're asking you for a sample of your DNA. Well, why? Well, they want to help solve a horrific crime. Think about it for half a second. Would you give your DNA willingly? That's where we start. This week, we're looking into the decades-long hunt for the man who kidnapped 2 young girls. Our I-Team's Andrea Lucia tonight, back with a look at how expanded use of genetic genealogy helped crack the case for local investigators.
This approach was first used in 2017 to identify the Golden State Killer, who had eluded police in California for decades. And just today, we reported on how it was used to solve a murder in Arlington. We're starting to see it more here in Texas, and that's because the federal government has made funds available to help with the cost, and the state legislature last year expanded the Texas Rangers unit in charge.
We are the Texas Rangers Unidentified Crime Investigation Program. We focus on cold cases.
Lieutenant Jason Shea handles some of the state's hardest cases, serial rapes and murders where all leads have run dry. His secret weapon, genetic genealogy.
It's all about the people who have their DNA in these genealogy databases that help us out.
Shea oversees a $1.5 million federal grant awarded to Texas to identify suspects through familial DNA searches.
How many of these cold cases have you been able to solve?
We've solved over 200 sexual assaults. I'd say 30 or 40 homicides.
Shea started looking into the decades-old mystery of 2 North Texas girls abducted 8 years apart. Ashley Keith was an 8-year-old in 1991 when she was snatched from her neighborhood in Plano.
I kicked and I screamed, just like I was told to do, and he put me in his car and drove away. What happened while he had me in the vehicle was awful.
The second victim in 1999 was a 9-year-old girl taken while walking home in southeast Dallas. Both girls were sexually assaulted and then released hours later. Descriptions police gathered of their attackers were eerily similar, and DNA left behind in both cases proved to belong to the same man.
We know the profile of the offender, and we know it's connected to multiple offenses, but we don't know who they are.
Shea sent that unidentified DNA to Bodie Technology, a lab in Virginia that's able to look for even distant relatives among the millions who shared their genetic code with genealogy sites.
Let's say each one of us has 10,000 fifth cousins. That's a lot of people. And do you even know who your second cousin is? Most likely not. So there's a lot of people who have some degree of separation in one of these databases.
Bodie returned this report with a list of names we can't show you and their potential relationship to the man police were looking for.
How closely they are related, so how many DNA markers that they share with our potential suspect. And then at that time, the good old-fashioned police work starts.
Detectives began to build a family tree and narrow in on potential matches.
Everybody in yellow's is DNA that we already had, or that was already in the database. Everybody that would be in those other colors would be people that we potentially need to talk to see if we could get their DNA.
It's a tool that relies on help from the public.
A ranger may come to your house or a law enforcement agency and saying, hey, we're working this case, we need your help. We would like to get a sample of your DNA. This is just a swab to the inside of your cheek. It's hard to say, hey, you're related to a potential serial killer and we need your help to identify who that person is.
In this case, the search led them to 2 women, sisters.
We believed it was going to be one of their sons. We noticed that one of the ladies has 6 different sons.
The woman's husband, though, didn't show up as a relative, which ultimately brought police to their suspect.
We were able to identify that Nicholas Carney didn't have the same father as the other 5 brothers.
With a name, Plano Police Detective Aaron Benzik began putting the pieces together.
Working with my crime analyst, she started pulling driver's license photos for Nicholas Carney at the time. And then we looked at the composite sketches that we had from witnesses. Wow, there is a match.
Now in her 40s, Ashley Keith remembers when Detective Benzik first shared the news.
He shows me pictures and he's like, this is the guy based on the family tree that we've made that I think is the guy that hurt you. There was one of just like a family picture that was taken from like below, and I immediately was like, that's him, because he had kept me on the floorboard of the car. So I think most of my vantage point was from below. So it was interesting that that picture, I was like, I had an immediate physical response to it. And it was the most surreal moment of my life.
Working with Oklahoma State Police, investigators were able to grab Nicholas Carney's trash to get his DNA. It matched the unique genetic profile they had spent decades searching for.
We are able to piece together an arrest warrant, and we arrested Nicholas Carney, charged him with aggravated sexual assault of a child.
And then Benzik called you.
Yes, he did. And he said, we arrested him.
Pretty exciting to be able to share with her. I just placed handcuffs on Nicholas Carney, and he's off the streets.
And it's still one of those moments that it's like, what do you say? Enough thanks. There's not enough thank yous.
Nicholas Carney was arrested at his home in Oklahoma. At the time of the kidnappings, though, in 1991 and 1999, police say he'd been living here in the DFW area. And if you look at the driver's license photos of him from back then, alongside sketches based on witness descriptions of the attackers, you can see the resemblance. Plano police have also pointed out that after that sketch was released to the public in 1999, Nicholas Carney shaved his mustache in what they think was a conscious attempt to change his appearance. It's one of the only times pictures show him without a mustache.
It's a fascinating trip through time. So we know the two girls that he's accused of attacking. Simple question. Any others that you know about?
Yeah, that's the question everybody is asking. By the time this case went to trial earlier this year, law enforcement had identified at least one other victim, this one from 1980. And tomorrow I'm going to be back to share her story and what happened when all of this went to court.
Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night. Andrea, thanks very much.
Thank you.